Hiya. It's been quite a while since my last Heartwood video, around 6 months to be exact. In it, I talked a bit about the Heartwood iceberg and a bit about the game's lore. Now, however, I wanted to go back to this topic. Looking that Shadowfang is close, and I also wanted to revive this channel kinda, I'm planning some videos, so let's see how that goes. So in case you have not seen the iceberg video I made some time ago, check it out. It has some basic information on the ciphers that will be important later on. But how am I gonna structure this video? I tried to doing something like this 3 times by now, but I think I have a good idea how I'm gonna to go by it this time. This video will work like a timeline. We start with the story that likely leads towards creation, move towards recent history, with the Bow Mine incident, for example, and then towards the current historical events, like the events. It will be a bit of a short section, but I will just include it here to have something to go by next time when we get new events and new stories. So I will suggest that we don't waste time and start. The Dryad Bloom is an event that happened on August 18th, 2024, for the first anniversary of Heartwood, in which one where Flora prepare everything for the Dryad Bloom festival. It's a festival that happens every real life year, but what exactly are we celebrating? Next to Flora there is a shrine statue detailing the story of the Dryad. The Dryad was once a protectionist bird, protecting nature or even granting life. She felt lonely, however, and found love in the Great Constellation, something that seems to appear every real life year over Heartwood. To show her love, the Dryad clothed herself in flowers and life, seemingly boosting the creation of life itself. This is shown in game and through the flower quests. Flora mentioned that since the Dryad began to bloom again, the life in the forest increased as well. So much so that we need to balance it out again. She also reveals that there are creatures like the Blight, the vulture rare spawn, that curses the land, but also talks about how the Dryad seems to hate the undead, who are important later in this video. What we can learn from the Dryad Bloom is that there are 2 probably divine-like entities in the land. The Great Constellation, we know almost nothing of, and the Dryad, the protection spirit that grants life. Throughout the event we could see flower-like enemies that when killed drop Dryad flowers, said to be creations the Dryad created to express her love. That leads me to believe that the Dryad is able to create life, and may or may not also created the humans ages ago. Important to note are also the messages from Koi, a gamer who I think is also working with the Death on lore as far as I know. She revealed that there are 3 divines that once created the world. However, she then mentions that our people have different stories, what could hint on a different creation mythos, but also on the fact that she kinda animates people to theorize. However, if that is true, then we probably will meet another divinity at some point and learn more about the constellation. Since we sadly don't have that much information on the whole Dryad story other than that, and I sadly don't have any footage from it and only pictures, let's just move on to the Bone Mines. The Bone Mine is probably one of the most interesting places in the game currently. It's a place where you will spend hours in, but also houses a bunch of interesting lore to uncover and try to understand. The first thing we can point out is that the place is overrun by the undead. If we kill them, they also drop lumen shards, but also the hexes. Putting them together we can trade them at Zill and Varro in the sheep fields. Those hexes hold ancient information on how to build weapons, strong ones at that. We even uncover ancient curses if we go deeper. Ancient curses that reveal they are from the war manuals of the undead. From there we can draw the connection to the skeletons being not so stupid as we maybe thought. They are more than simple undeads. Flora itself tells us that the Dryad is unsatisfied with them hinting that it not create them and maybe even fears their presence. The undead that are rising once again, carrying weapons that are the best in the game. From it I theorize that the undead came to this place in some way and started to collect the lumen shards, a resource that when combined creates a crystal that radiates with the power of 1,000 suns. A perfect material to create weapons, isn't it? That's like the reason why the skeletons have so many miners to gather those crystals, creating weapons for them, making their land stronger and more fearsome. The core people seem to have discovered the strengths of the lumen shards as well. That is why they collect them and help us create weapons from it. As before mentioned, those are the strongest weapons in game currently. Everything that seems to die drops those lumen shards around the Bone Mines, give me the feels that they somehow contain souls. The Bone Mines is linked with the dead, but also souls as well, thanks to the Overseer, who seems to be powered by a lumen shard if you look at him closely. From the dead, the skeletons are seemingly able to create strong weapons that could be the reason the Dryad does not tolerate the undead. But now we need to question ourselves, how did the undead have arrived in this world at all? It's hinted that they were not here all the time. In the Bow Mine we can find 2 summoning stones, the Well of Sorrow, summoning a great evil, the Overseer, a being created and summoned by the lumen shards, but also the altar and the feasting den summoning Canis, A creature, if we look to the Blood Author's description, is a hellhound. If we further look on how the bone mines are structured, we see a clear separation from the hellhounds and the other creatures, but also pretty obvious that they died. Have they lost the battle against the undead? But here's a question, what happened first? Did the skeletons invade the mines and came into contact with the hellhounds, or did it happen the other way around? What can help us here are the Mori ciphers. Shortly after the bone mines update, there was a mysterious player called Mori that posted many ciphers. More info about that on the iceberg video I made. Some of the ciphers reveals cryptic messages, especially this one. Eons will pass, I'm under the shadow of the moon, I am where the sun never shines, the void must feed, I must hunt, the time is approaching, you must prepare, heed the message of my acolyte, prove your worth to cryptic prophecy, the hands of time tick on, the void sees all. Other messages that got translated mention the dead shall rise, the mentioning of a place called Daenerys. Another message also translates into the dead shall rise. Koi collected those, and she also told that many of those messages contain the mentioning of a place called Daenerys, the place where the dead seem to come from. Whatever happened in the bone mines years ago, Mori seemed to have predicted, or is maybe even the cause for it. However, I don't think it's Mori who is the one summoning them. He talks of an acolyte who may or may not have caused all of this. In addition, he communicates in ciphers and mentions that he had existed. What back then led to my theory that he communicates from the void, a place between realms, making him able to know about Daenerys as well. He owns a black cockroach mount, named the Void, and is a level 1 player, but for some reason wearing armor, knowing a lot about the world beyond. Mori is someone or something that breaks the boundaries of no normal player, losing part of his humanity cause he lost his ability to speak without the ciphers. His goals are as cryptic as his messages. As before mentioned, whatever happened caused a summoning of the hounds of hell and the undead, so I theorize that something has summoned the hellhounds first and then the skeletons to get rid of them. The skeletons show signs of a planned invasion, with a hierarchy from miners to mages to even the overseer as a weapon of war, where the demons on the other hand look primal, losing the war. Looking at the fact that Mori knows the undead, or where they come from, also mentioning that when the dead rise again, your display of loyalty will not be forgotten. That tells me that it was May his plan to get the skeletons into the mortal realm, making them able to take over the mines. Stealing as resources the mysterious items that may or not contain souls, strengthening their army. Something that seems to have happened years ago, if believed the Green Flock General, made the humans unable to enter the mines, setting a foundation for the skeletons to enter this world. However, currently they still seem to be bound to this place, only leaving the place from the south. I believe that the Mori ciphers will be something important later, if he ever comes back. I will be doing a video on it probably, if it happens for now. We should keep this info in mind if you want to understand him. I got a bit deeper in the lore documents, so feel free to check it out after this video. The recent events are pretty tame in comparison to the bone mines. They are mostly about little side stories, being Pumpkin Festival and the Winter Forge. Winter Forge is a Christmas event and mostly has elves entering the world of Heartwood to cause mischief, throw snowballs or help the people of Heartwood. And they are powered by magical snowflakes. I will just assume that they come from a different realm every few years for Winter Forge season. The other very interesting event is the Pumpkin Festival. It started with Darian, who lost his pumpkin delivery, so we helped to retrieve it, otherwise he would get into trouble. In addition, it also revealed that the Pumpkin Festival is something that the nobles seem to celebrate, a bit like Thanksgiving I suppose, but in 2024 we also find out that it has properties from Dia de los Muertos, like in Mexico. On Pumpkin Festival, ghosts from beyond the veil seem to enter the world of Heartwood. From there, we also find out who Time's son is, and we get further hints that the skeletons work the power to their dark magic. Interesting is also that all of the ghosts seem to be tied to the graveyards, and Darian is a trickster for some reason that fooled the king, making him a searched for criminal. However, the deaths imply that he got framed, something that may be picked up this year. But that's all for now. Those events mostly are side stories, but I wanted to point them out. Maybe we'll make more in-depth videos about those side stories as time progresses and we get more info on the events. That's all for now, however. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thanks to everyone that works on the Heartwood Atlas, to people like Bila or Bat, who deciphered a lot of Mori codes, and everyone that helped to document the game along the way. I hope you have a nice day, and I see you next time, hopefully. This video is a bit short, because I didn't want to just re-upload all I put in the lore document as a video, and want to make a little compact video on the whole topic that covers them pretty quickly. If you have any questions left, I have a lore document linked in the video description, but also on the Roleplay and Stories channel on the Discord server, you can see my lore document posted in the chat there, so you can actually look at it if you want to. In addition, I will just inform you that I will keep you updated on this channel and also the lore document itself, and that we sadly don't have that many infos. The only thing we can really confirm, as I said, was the theory that someone summoned the skeletons, and that they are some kind of war faction that probably fights for the resources that are located in the bone mines, strengthening the army. That is, however, sadly the only lore we currently can confirm. But that's all for now. I again hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a nice day. Keep grinding and stay safe. Goodbye.